All right, so you know how AI is kind of blowing up right now? Like everywhere you look, it's changing things up.
It really is.
And today, we'll deep dive into a specific part of that. It's called fine-tuning.
Ooh, good one.
So basically, you've got these super powerful AI models like GPT, you've probably heard of it.
Yeah, definitely.
And fine-tuning is like taking that and making it an expert in something specific.
Exactly. It's like, imagine you've got an AI that gets finance, like as well as someone on Wall Street, or one that understands healthcare, like a doctor, That's what fine-tuning can do.
So instead of being good at like a bunch of stuff, it becomes amazing at one thing.
You got it. And it all starts with like the right info, just like you wouldn't teach a chef using, a book on building houses, right?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
We got to give the AI the data that matches the field it's going to be working in.
Makes sense. So like if we want an AI to understand the stock market, we'd feed it tons of stock prices, company reports, that kind of stuff.
Boom. Exactly that. And for healthcare, medical journals, studies, stuff like that, the important thing is that the data is real. Like the stuff it'll actually deal with later on.
But it's not just about dumping a ton of information on it, right? It needs to actually get it.
You're totally right. That's where labeling comes in. It's kind of like tagging each bit of info. So you tell the AI, hey, this is a stock symbol, or this is describing someone's symptoms. It helps the AI sort everything out.
So it's like teaching it the language of that specific field.
Exactly. Like giving it a dictionary for whatever it's going to be working on.
Okay, so we've got the data, it's all prepped, it's labeled. Now we need to pick the right AI for the job, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, are all AIs the same? Is there a difference between, one that's good at language and one that's good at recognizing images?
It's like picking the right tool for the job, you know? Like you wouldn't use a hammer to, perform surgery.
I hope not.
Some AIs are super complex, great for huge amounts of data, but tough to understand how they work. Others are simpler, easier to get, but maybe not as strong.
So how do we decide which AI is the best fit? Like, what do we look for?
It all depends, really. How complicated is the task? What does the industry need?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to build one from scratch. But a lot of the time, we can use pre-trained models. GPT-3, GPT-4, those are good examples. They already get language and basic ideas.
So it's like they've already got some smarts and we're fine-tuning them to be even smarter in one specific area.
Yeah, perfect analogy. It's like they aced all their general classes and now they're going to grad school for something specific. And that's where the real magic happens.
Okay, so we got the data, we got the AI. Let's hit the training button. What happens during fine-tuning, like step by step?
Well, it's not like instant expert, just press a button. It's more like, got to be careful, make adjustments so the AI learns right. Like we might tweak the learning rate. That controls how fast it picks up new stuff.
So it's not just about how much information, but about how it learns best.
Totally. We also mess with the batch size, like how much data it chews on at once. Yeah. Getting that balance is key.
Finding the right pace and amount of information, like it's a student, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
And you mentioned specialized layers before. What about those? What are those?
Oh, right. Those are super important for things like healthcare or law, where details are everything, like adding a special lens to a camera to see things it couldn't before.
So we're helping the AI see the world like a doctor or a lawyer so it understands all the little details.
Exactly. And throughout the whole thing, we're always testing it, making sure it's actually learning, not just memorizing. We want it to be able to handle new situations, solve problems it's never seen before.
Right. We want it to be a thinker, not a parrot.
Yeah. Creative,
So how do we know when it's really learned, become an expert? How do we test for that?
Testing is huge. We use specific ways to measure, ones that make sense for the industry. For example, if it's going to be a chatbot for customers, we look at how happy customers are and if it solves their problems right.
So how we grade it depends on what its job is.
Yep. But even with all the fancy measuring, we still need humans, especially for things like law or medicine, where the stakes are high. Real experts need to check the AI's work.
So it's like AI is a tool and we got to use it responsibly.
Right. It's about making things better, not replacing people altogether.
It's more like they're working together, right?
Exactly. The AI can handle the routine stuff and the humans can focus on the tricky, more nuanced things.
That makes a lot of sense. So we're not just looking at what the AI can do, but also how it fits into the bigger picture.
It's all connected.
Speaking of the bigger picture, how do we take this fine-tuned AI and actually use it in the real world?
Think of it like launching an app. We built it, tested it like crazy, and now it's time to release it. But before everyone gets it, we got to make sure it works practically.
So making sure it can run on regular computers and fit in with the systems companies already use.
Yeah, all the technical stuff, like a customer service AI needs to connect to the customer database, and a healthcare AI needs to work with, patient records and things.
Making sure all the pieces work together so the AI can actually do its thing.
That's it.
To see this in action, let's look at a real example. Imagine a hospital, super busy. Patients need info about their symptoms fast. How could AI help with that?
Well, researchers actually did this. They used tons of data. Medical journals, health databases, even those symptom checker apps you see. They trained an AI on all of it so it could understand medical terms and diagnose the usual stuff.
It's like a medical school crash course for the AI.
Right. Super fast learning.
But how did they fine-tune it to be really good?
They tweaked it, made sure it could handle the language, tested how accurate it was with diagnoses, but they went further. They wanted to make sure patients got the right care, not just a diagnosis.
So they measured if the AI could figure out if someone needed to see a doctor or if they could just take care of it themselves.
Exactly. And it worked amazingly well. Shorter wait times, good info, people got the right care faster. Really shows what fine-tuned AI can do for healthcare.
It's amazing how it can change how we access healthcare, maybe even save lives,
It's pretty powerful stuff.
And this is just one example. What other industries could use this? What other problems could we solve? I mean, the possibilities are wow.
They really are. And that's what we'll be talking about in the next part of our deep dive.
I can't wait.
There's so much to explore. So we saw how powerful this fine-tuning thing can be in healthcare. But, AI isn't just about serious stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, let's think about something totally different. Fashion.
Fashion. Okay, I'm intrigued. How does AI fit into that?
Imagine an AI that's learned from tons of fashion images, runway shows, style guides, even what's trending online. You could look at your clothes, get your style, and then suggest outfits, combinations you'd never think of.
So like a personal stylist, but digital. That's pretty cool. But what about something more, I don't know, technical? Could AI help with stuff like engineering?
Oh, absolutely. Huge potential there. Fine-tuned AI could help engineers design buildings that are way more efficient, better for the environment. Or make factories work better, even predict problems before they happen.
Like, it's almost like having an AI assistant who can see the future and tell you, hey, watch out for this.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't stop there. Think about education or translation. AI could make learning totally personalized, so it matches how you learn best. And it could break down language barriers, make it easy to talk to anyone, anywhere.
Wow, my mind is exploding with possibilities right now. This fine-tuning thing seems like it can do anything, but, gotta be realistic too. Are there any downsides, like limits to what it can do or challenges we need to think about?
That's a really important point. It's powerful, yeah, but it's not magic. One big thing is the data itself. If the data used to train the AI is messed up, biased, not a good representation of the real world, then the AI will inherit those problems.
So it's like that saying, garbage in, garbage out. If you feed it bad info, you'll get bad results.
Exactly. The data is the foundation. And of course, there's the whole question of jobs. Some people are worried that AI will automate everything and, take away people's jobs.
That's a real concern. How do we make sure that AI benefits everyone, not just replaces people entirely?
It's a big challenge, no doubt. But it's important to remember that AI is a tool. It's not meant to replace us completely, more like enhance what we can do.
So it's more about AI working with people, not against them.
Yeah, collaboration. Imagine AI handling all the repetitive, boring stuff, and humans get to focus on the creative, strategic thinking, the stuff that requires, that human touch.
Makes sense. Everyone wins that way. But how do we make sure that happens?
Well, we need to invest in education, help people learn the skills to work alongside AI. The jobs of the future will be different. We got to be ready for that.
It's not just about the tech, it's about preparing people for that future, right?
Absolutely. And to make this all work smoothly, we need everyone talking to each other. Researchers, policymakers, industry leaders, and regular people too. Everyone has a stake in this, and we need to figure it out together.
It's like fine-tuning AI is just one part of a much bigger, more complex situation, right?
Exactly. It's about technology, sure, but it's also about people, ethics, and the kind of world we want to live in.
Okay, so much to think about, but we've got more to cover, right? What else can you tell us about the potential of this fine-tuned AI? Where do you think it'll make the biggest impact in the next few years?
Well, that's the exciting part, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to predict the future perfectly, but there are a few areas that I'm really excited about.
Okay, lay it on me. What are we talking about?
Personalized medicine, for one. Imagine an AI that can look at your genes, your lifestyle, all your medical history, and come up with a treatment plan just for you, perfectly tailored to your needs.
That sounds incredible. Like healthcare that's actually designed for each person individually?
Exactly. No more one size fits all. Another game changer could be climate change. AI could help us figure out better ways to get energy, renewable stuff, manage resources better, and maybe even predict and stop the worst effects of climate change.
Yeah, we definitely need all the help we can get with that. What else? Any other areas where this could make a big difference?
Oh, definitely. Think about space exploration. AI could help us analyze all the data from telescopes, from spacecraft, help us understand the universe better, maybe even find life on other planets.
Wow, from curing diseases to saving the planet to exploring the universe, it sounds like fine-tuned AI could be the key to a whole new future.
It definitely has the potential. But we got to remember, it's a tool. It all comes down to how we use it. We need to guide its development, set the rules, and make sure it's used to make things better for everyone.
Right, it's not just about the technology itself. It's about making sure it's used for good.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations, to think about the ethical side of things.
Before we move on, is there anything else about fine-tuned AI that you think our listeners should know?
You know what I find most fascinating? It's constantly changing. What we know today could be totally different in a few years. It's a field full of possibilities, and we're just getting started.
That's pretty exciting and maybe a little scary too. But with so much potential, what advice would you give to someone who's interested in getting into this world of fine-tuned AI?
Be curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And there are tons of resources out there, online courses, tutorials, even open source AI models you can play with. Just dive in, experiment, connect with other people who are passionate about AI. You never know what you might discover.
That's great advice. Maybe someone listening right now will be the next big AI innovator, huh?
You never know. It's a field where anyone with a good idea can make a real impact.
Okay, on that note of limitless potential, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive. But don't worry, we'll be back soon to explore even more of the amazing world of AI. Okay, so we've talked about how powerful this fine-tuned AI can be, how it can change industries and all that. But what about, us regular people? How will it affect our everyday lives?
Well, think about it. In the near future, you'll probably see fine-tuned AI in almost every device you use.
Really? Like how?
Your phone could anticipate what you need before you even ask.
Oh, wow.
Your car could, navigate traffic perfectly.
More road rage. That'd be amazing.
And your house.
Yeah.
It could adjust the temperature, the lights, everything, all based on what you like.
So it's like everything's personalized, customized just for me.
Exactly. AI making your life easier, more comfortable.
That sounds pretty awesome. What about, creativity? Will AI take over things like music and art?
I think it's more about giving us new tools, Imagine AI helping you write a song or create a painting or even design a video game. It's like a boost for your creativity.
So it's not replacing artists, it's helping them.
Yeah. It's like having a creative partner helping you explore new ideas.
I like that. But, all this personalized stuff, AI making decisions for us, it makes me think, are there any risks? Ethically, should we be worried about this?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
The key is transparency.
Transparency, what does that mean?
We need to know how these AIs work, how they're making choices, what data they're using. If we understand it, we can trust it more. Plus, we can catch any problems like bias before it gets out of hand.
So no more AI mysteries. We got to be able to see what's going on inside.
Exactly. And we need rules, guidelines for how to build and use these AIs. Stuff about data privacy, fairness, making sure it doesn't hurt jobs or society.
So it's not just about the tech, it's about using it responsibly.
Right. It's got to benefit everyone, not just a select few.
It sounds like we need both, awesome tech and smart rules to make this all work.
Exactly. Technology and ethics working together to create a better future.
And for that to happen, we all need to be involved, right? Not just the tech people, but everyone.
Definitely. We all have a say in how AI shapes our world. This deep dive, it's been about showing you the potential of fine-tuned AI, all the cool things it can do, but also the things we need to be careful about.
It's been a wild ride, seriously mind-blowing stuff. We talked about how it can change healthcare, make our lives easier, even help us explore space. But now I'm feeling a sense of responsibility too. We need to make sure this tech is used the right way.
You got it. The future is in our hands, and AI can be a powerful tool to make it amazing. But we got to use it wisely.
Well said. So to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of fine-tuned AI. Keep those minds curious, stay informed, and remember, the future is what we make it.